No. 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 Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Colette Williams, and you are tuned in to Getting Saucy with Sage. This is the show where I sit down with the team behind the industry's hottest social media channels to see if they can answer our questions about social media and if they can handle the spice, the hot, the heat from the hottest wings here in the great state of Texas. Today, I'm joined by Nicole. She's the Senior Brand Manager here at Sage, and Anne-Marie Bolton, the Senior Social Media Coordinator here at Sage. These two are here with us today to answer all of the pressing questions about what it takes to really create a standout brand on social and to give us insight into what made them such social media pros they are today. So, Nicole, Anne-Marie, are you ready to get saucy?
Ready as I'll ever be.
I'm being held here against my will, honestly. I didn't choose this. So it was my idea. But to be fair, at the time, I didn't know that I was going to be the one eating the wings.
This chose you.
This chose me.
Okay, just like maybe social media chose you.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, here we go.
I thought it'd be a fun, spicy little segment, but turns out everyone here is way too busy actually working, I guess. I asked around, tried to book people, all I got were blank stares. And, I mean, you know how hard it is to get your coworkers to participate in social media videos. Okay, that was awkward. Jello! Hi!
Hello.
So, we're doing a PPI takeover for social media. And I was wondering if you wanted to be our biggest.
Sorry, I can't. I'm swamped with work right now. Why don't you try finding Gabe?
Okay. Gabe! Hi!
Hey.
So, we're doing a PPI takeover
Oh,
for
cool.
social media. I was wondering if you wanted to be our video.
For sure.
Oh, awesome.
Oh my god, look who it is.
Who? What?
Okay, so let's explain to people how this is going to go, y'all. Okay, let's do it. So, we're going to be tasting this sauce
Yes.
from least spicy to most spicy.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So, our first sauce is cilantro.
Cilantro.
I like a little cilantro. Are
I
you
do
from
too.
Texas?
I am from Texas.
Okay, are you from Texas?
Not original.
Oh, okay, I could tell.
Mm-hmm.
oh, I need to serve you first.
Yes.
That's a very Texan thing to do.
Oh, how nice.
There you go.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Thank you.
I feel like cilantro can be very off-putting for
gosh.
people, but you know,
The level at which we're starting at is already high. This is 0. This is where we're starting at.
That's nothing, Anne-Marie.
it's progression and consistency. Speaking of consistency, this is my first question to you.
Okay.
Okay, so let's dive into the first question, which is all about consistency, which is key, as you both know, when it comes to, establishing yourself as a brand and showing up for your people. So I'm wondering, with the steady stream of engaging content that you have, how do you keep up with it all? Especially when the industry can be so unpredictable and there's so many things that you have to be responding to.
I think adaptability is really important with social media and in an industry that's always fluctuating, which I feel like probably every industry feels that way. So have it planned out as much as you can, be authentic to the brand, but then being able to change and adapt and jump on a trend. There are a lot of times where, last year I remember there was a video that I filmed in a hotel room in Calgary. We were at a SES show, and I was just like, I need something to post today with this trend. This is a trending audio. So I just did it in my hotel room, and it was one of the best performing reels that we had last year. So, just being able to be silly, say, okay, I'm going to put the schedule aside and post this for today, just for the gram. I think it's what, keeps it engaging.
I think that's a great jumping off point, but I think that people want to know, like, when do I lean in to these trends, right? Especially when you're a brand. Like, how do you determine, like, how did you determine that was okay?
I think it was a kind of a joke on a little jab at myself or other social media creators. So something that's, how can I make this trend relevant to our industry. So I know that a lot of
That's the key.
yeah, a lot of people are trying to be social media managers for promotional product companies, and it's not the easiest thing. And so I just kind of did a little jab at like, putting all this work into a social media post, and then your mom likes it, which is like so relatable to everyone. And it was just a really funny way of being like, hey, you're not alone. I am also like, I'm getting paid to do this full time, but I'm also there are Instagram posts that flop. Like, it's okay.
Well, I'm
It's
glad
okay.
your mom likes your stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, mother.
Barely.
And she's like, oh, I saw it, but I mean, dude, can you
Come on, hit us with a like.
Can you engage? Can you like, post, and smash the subscribe
You
button?
know, come on. Okay, I love it. Okay, as we know, like, brands evolve over time. Strategies change, right? So what would you say, Nicole, is a significant shift that Sage has made with their strategy over the past year or so? And any spicy lessons that you can share?
I guess we should see.
Okay.
Everyone bottoms up.
Yep.
Okay, this is the garlic herb.
This
Garlic
is
herb.
our garlic herb that we have here. Hold
Close up on the
Oh,
branding.
and the chicken. Okay. Do a little. Oh, well,
Okay.
gonna have to work on
Go
that
for
once
the
we start
gusto.
getting real crazy.
Sorry.
Okay. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Good.
I like.
That one's nice.
I like that one.
It rolls easy like Sunday morning, and then it hits you with the
It
flex at the
tickles
back.
right here.
It did.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would say we have always had good social. I think that we've always had a really strong social team,
I think that's fair.
and I think that our strategy of posting informational, educational. Listen, we're on wing 2.
Are you a toddler? You're drinking your milk?
And we already have milk.
I had to. Just to coat the tongue. I
Okay.
can't build sauce.
Okay,
I need
all right.
I need a palate cleanser.
You do you.
I respect the strategy. Yes.
Speaking of
Strategies, so, we've always posted educational content. I think we've positioned ourselves as industry leaders. We have our great partnership with PPAI that helps us with that. A shift that we've made relatively recently, actually, is really trying to lean into being more edutainment style. So keeping our same content that, frankly, people want to see from us. I think we've had times where we're like, do we need to be posting these stats or these roundups? And the answer is yes. We hear overwhelmingly people love to see that content. And when we looked into our data, it was very clear that people just wanted to see Sage's personality. They wanted to see the good content, but they also wanted to be entertained and have fun, and social's a fun place to be. So finding ways to present the same information in new and exciting ways has been the biggest strategy shift that we've had, and trying to really lean into what makes each channel unique.
People do want to see personality, and they want to see behind the scenes, and they want to feel connected to the brands and the people that they follow on social. How did you all decide not to have somebody from the organization be forward facing, like front facing, like the face of the brand?
I think that's a really good question. In our re-strategization, we actually came up with content pillars for ourselves, where we have one that is like all of our educational content, one that's kind of about our products, one that's about kind of Sage in action, trade shows and events, and our podcast. And then we also have our celebration, and that's where we have our behind the scenes company culture, things like that people want to see. We figured, and we feel that having this mix of content kind of lets the Sage brand shine versus having one individual shine. It gives longevity to our social media strategy. We can show multiple people. We don't have to just show the face of Sage or things like that. It's really Sage is the brand, Sage shines, and here's all the facets that make up Sage. And part of that includes the faces behind it. But we have many of those awesome faces.
Love that.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all have an amazing team, and we
do.
know teamwork makes dream work, right?
Yes.
So, visually, you have to engage people, right? Like if you don't have show-stopping graphics, images, if you have blurry pictures, it's just not going to cut it. People are going to not stop their scroll. So I'm wondering, what are some of your go-to techniques when it comes to creating these amazing visuals that you all come up with?
Should I see what our spice is before I answer this question?
Yes.
Well, yeah, you go ahead if we shall.
Let's see. We're getting into a smoky bourbon. Oh, there we go. I may not be the best pourer, or maybe I'm just trying to make things a little more fun.
Okay.
It's getting hot.
Is it?
It's getting hot.
That was kind of hot.
That probably should have been number one.
Not bad. Wow, number one. And look at us over here.
Someone's getting cocky.
Back to this question with our visual identity. I love that you segued that with the teamwork question, because our team is just incredible. I think we have some of the best designers, and I have to give them so much kudos. They produce such quality work. They're very quick. They're great to work with. And they deal with us when we have crazy ideas that we want to implement. They are on board, and they find ways to say, maybe not that, but let's make it a little better this way. But vice versa, they're great about coming to us with ideas, and we, forthcoming when they see things. So I would say, honestly, collaboration is kind of one of our biggest superpowers, secret sauces, to stick with the puns here, that we have, is just that we have such a collaborative team, and a team who's willing to push the envelope is really our secret sauce. We just have a really, really great team that is not afraid to go there and push the limits.
Now, what would you tell someone who doesn't have a team? Because there are a lot of promo pros out there who, are doing it all. So they're collaborating with a team of one.
Yes, I would say, honestly, as far as content is king, people love UGC or user-generated content.
Yeah.
The stuff that you get on your phone, the behind the scenes, like I said, people like personality. If you don't have the design background or a designer that can help you out, post, get good close-ups of your promo products. Make sure that the branding is all straight. Make sure it looks good. Just kind of take a second to take a look at everything happening in the picture, and would I like this? Does this make sense? Does it feel busy? And I think that people who are just trying to build their social media, their clients will still appreciate seeing their personality come out through that way. Just the user-generated content feels more natural, feels more like a friend that you might be following on social media versus, a big stylized brand.
But one thing that really helped us was when I first started, the designers and I got together, kind of looked at visions, what we wanted the feed to look like, and then they actually dropped some of the assets into Canva so I could play around with what they've already designed, so it still stays on brand. So I can't mess it up too bad, but I can drop in our logo, our colors, they uploaded our brand colors in there, and everyone in promo knows how important colors are.
Now look, people are going to start scrolling on your social trying to figure out which ones you've done and which
It's going to be super easy to figure it out.
Okay, so my question is about connection. That's really important, connecting with your audience, in a meaningful way. And understanding not only, I always say this, not only the demographics, but the psychographics of your books, But I'm wondering, because I think this is really interesting, because I think that you and I both have the task of dealing with an audience that is very diverse, meaning, we're talking to distributors and we're talking to suppliers.
Yes.
And those two demographics have very different needs at some times. So how do you determine how you show up for your audience in its entirety while still making those connections with each one?
It was very, yep.
Yeah, she thought she was going to get out of it.
I was gonna
No
go with
way.
it.
Okay.
I thought I was going to go with it.
Sweet and spicy.
We're getting into the spice.
Okay.
Okay. You like what?
Okay.
What's going on?
All
Talk
right.
to us. Talk to us.
Wait, I'm waiting on Colette.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Don't want to.
Here we go.
Okay. Here we
I'm
go.
going to start waiting over y'all. That one gave me a little bit
That
of
one's spicy to
chills.
me. Ooh.
Yeah, that was your question.
Yeah.
You forgot about it.
I forgot about it. Okay. So
How do you address the distributors and suppliers
Yes.
and still make it meaningful for them?
Yes. So just like what you said, we are pushing to two separate audiences, which a lot of people don't have. You know, like with McDonald's, you're pushing to people who are hungry or who like your product. Like for us, we have distributors who use Sage for a totally different reason than suppliers would. So it was actually very difficult when I started. I was like, who am I speaking to? Because I say this time and time again, whatever you're making content for or whoever you want to see the content, what is the end message that you want them to take away from it? So like, you know, a lot of our personality stuff, I'm like, I just want them to see Sage for our personality. We're funny, we're people, we're human behind a brand. And then obviously the edutainment stuff, I want people to see the stats and see where their products land and what categories are fluctuating. So with suppliers versus distributors, I kind of just evened it all down to what do we offer suppliers and what do we offer distributors from Sage. And we try to, you know, display that message time and time again. So going through those new features that we released and saying which one's for suppliers, which one's for distributors, and then sending those messages out directly to them.
Okay, so the lesson here is know your avatar, know who you're speaking to, and speak to them.
And know what you want them to take away from it. So we really want our suppliers and distributors to know that Sage is there for them. We're here to build up their business. We want to see them succeed, and we want to offer them the tools to do that. So what is it that I want them to take away from it? We're here for you.
Okay. Okay, so we kind of touched on this a bit earlier, but I want to talk about trends as it pertains to having a multitude of platforms. How do you balance your presence on particular platforms? And then how do you decide, like, okay, we're going to lean into this trend on this platform, but it hasn't caught up here? What's the process for that?
Great question. Before we answer,
Oh, okay.
all right, we're not kind anymore. We're on, for those of us who are not good with the heat, which is all of us, we're on sweet jalapeno. So,
Oh, no, I cannot do jalapeno.
here
You're going
we
to have
go.
to.
Yeah, I'm going to respectfully decline.
Oh,
I
unfortunately, we've
cannot
locked you
do
in.
Sorry, I can't do that. I'm waiting for you all this time.
Waiting.
Okay.
Let me double check. Look at her small little
I
bag that
know.
she's putting it on.
Teeny little dab.
Okay,
Okay.
That's good.
Y'all,
Ooh.
I cannot do. I'm so scared.
I don't do jalapeno well either.
I'm going for it.
Okay. Oh! Okay.
Oh,
That's not as spicy. It's just really bad.
It's just unappetizing.
So, for multiple channels, great question. And I feel like part of what we've answered before adds to how we manage our channels. We really try and take the similar information, but find ways to present it on different channels in a way that makes sense for that channel.
Okay.
So, for example, we have monthly stat reports that we post, like top products and things of that nature. So on Instagram, we might do a green screen Anne-Marie talking head reel while she's going through the stats to share, you know, what those stats are. Hashtag link in bio from there. Facebook might get a shareable infographic. We can post those into Facebook groups so people can kind of download that, digest it, interact with each other in the comment section where that typically happens more on. And then for LinkedIn, we might have a more eloquent write-up of what that stat is with a link to the direct resource, something of that nature. So in that way, we've shared the same content, but we have tailored it to the specific channel, so that way it feels natural with what other people are getting from that channel and what they expect to see from that channel. So that's really, it's just differentiation and presentation. Presentation is key.
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk something that's really big in the industry, and that's thought leadership. You know, establishing yourself as a thought leader is, you know, vitally important, I think, for a myriad of reasons. How do you, as a brand, feel like you have done that?
Great question. Where are we starting? Okay, this was one that had a lot of concerns behind the scenes. We have an extra hot cayenne. It's cayenne time.
Y'all, my mouth is like watering. I'm so scared.
Ooh, that has a kicky when you smell it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, bottoms up.
Oh,
Oh my god!
I need some ice cream.
Ow!
here, thought leadership.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Thought leadership. How do you,
Okay,
how do you position yourself as a thought leader?
I don't know how to position myself as a hot leader. I can't think straight.
hot.
A hot leader, a thought leader. I'm kind of.
Your nose running.
My nose is running a bit. Yep.
That I told you all. Oh my gosh.
Okay, thought leadership. I'm gonna power through. So now that I can kind of feel my brain back again, it was a little hazy in there before.
Oh, I'm getting rid of this.
If you think about it, Sage exists. It's in our mission statement to provide tools for businesses, innovative solutions that propel their businesses forward. So to be a thought leader and an expert in our industry is kind of in our DNA. And as I'm answering this, I'm starting to get a little
It's another wave. It's hitting.
it's coming back kind of through the nose. It's like as I'm breathing in, it's like a
It's getting in my sinuses. It's
It's like
messing
a-
with my mental.
chemical, like death by chemical.
Yeah.
It feels like.
This
So
was tough. That was tough.
that one was tough. So it's in our DNA to be a thought leader and be an expert in our field. It's how we can provide the innovation that we give to our customers. So it's kind of taking the information that we have at our disposal. It's leaning in to trends. It's having really strategic partnerships like we have with PPAI, who's all about advocacy and all of the work that you guys do day in and day out. Having all of that at our disposal and then taking that and sharing it is what I think makes us, helps us show up as thought leaders.
Yeah.
Words are hard. And, for anyone else who's looking to position themselves as such, I would say, forgive the sniffles, I would say be curious and ask questions are two of the biggest things that someone can do. Attending events, the regional events and trade shows and things like that, and just kind of really immersing yourself is what you can do to just gain more knowledge and then finding that way to share it to others. And we have to move on because it's just painful.
Okay, so my next question is one that I've been waiting to ask because you guys know that I love everything that your videography team does. I mean, it's just top tier, top quality. Shout out to y'all. My question is, doing video content is a feat within itself. Doing high quality content, like almost like Hollywood level, that's a challenge. How do you all keep up with it all? And how can someone recreate that for their brand?
Oh, before we go,
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Next sauce,
What do we have?
second to last,
Second to last.
extra hot habanero.
Who is? When do y'all have
gotta
y'all's
walk.
performance reviews? That's what I want to know. And who can I talk to?
you know what?
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's building.
We're building. And I think I do see sweat. I'm just gonna call out on each of our faces.
Yeah, it's
if you
warm.
can see, it's warm in there.
Oh.
I'm very hot.
Ooh.
I don't even know what the question was. What did we ask? What are we talking about? What day is it?
What's happening?
Oh my
What's
gosh.
happening? But it's a big undertaking to have such amazing, high quality video like that. So, what's the deal? How do you tackle it?
You hire a man named LaFonso and a woman named Taylor. No, I think seriously, it is just teamwork. We can't do this without the designers and the video producers. And if you're a one-man show, good luck.
I think the sauce is
I think the sauce is.
lowered your.
I have no sort of filter anymore. What did you say, though? You
but
said
no,
something about...
Yeah, the high quality video, yes, but what is the approach to producing? Like from the conceptualizing of the idea to actually getting it out and getting it posted. Like what does that look like?
So I think Nicole mentioned a little bit of it earlier. Our whole department, honestly, our whole company, I feel like, is really good at presenting ideas or throwing ideas out and saying, hey, this is a funny idea for social media. What do you think? Or, hey, a lot of our suppliers are asking for something like this. Can you create something to post on socials that we can share with them? So a lot of it is sharing ideas, bouncing ideas off of one another. We go to the video producers and designers and we're like, hey, what do you think about this? And they're like, that's amazing, let me add this. And there's so many times that you're just collaborating in that way, and it's our crazy little ideas that we saw on social media, and then they just take it and make it better. So
I mean, take today. We came up with this, Anne-Marie, as we want to make sure everyone knows this was Anne-Marie's idea. She has regrets. Take today, for example. Anne-Marie had this idea. We ran it past our video team, who were instantly like, this sounds so fun, let's do it. And from there, like, again, we just have a really, really awesome team where it's like, let's put this together. We collaborate, you know, we'll work on the script. They're working on a shot list. By the time we got in here today, Colette, you can attest, we had the studio basically set up. They know where to place you. They are ready with, you know, they're getting the lighting right and they're getting the mics and everything together. But for the most part, it's kind of like, let's take it and run. And then they are phenomenal in the editing room, obviously. They're going to make us look good for this later. So yeah, I think that's just, we just cannot shout out our team enough. Yeah. They're great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's gone. Okay. So, well, we've approached our last question.
I can't believe it's last question already.
I'm trying to stretch this out because I'm really fearful of our next sauce.
I'm going to just go ahead and show everybody what our last sauce is before we get into the question.
Okay.
Because this, I don't think is going to be good. Someone tell us what the Scoville levels are later. But we are at extreme, it's called Ghostly Extreme, but it's an extreme ghost pepper. And if you could tell anything by our reaction to cayenne, may not do well with the ghost pepper. So I'm just going to leave this here for whenever we're ready for it.
Well, hopefully after we taste this, you'll still have a community to come back to. My question is about building community online and how you are able to create that community and foster engagement within your community. You said just a second ago, like, you know, on like your Facebook, how people are engaging with each other and taking the content and interacting with it. So how does one begin to even get to that point where their community is engaging and they're not just feeling like they're just posting and there's crickets?
Oh, this one's thick.
Oh my gosh.
I think in celebration of you winning the online 18, you go all in. Let's do it.
Saucy.
Are you going with us?
You won the online 18. How many times I keep having to say this?
Getting saucy with Sage.
Okay,
all right.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay,
I did it. Oh, am I supposed
This
to
is
do
way
that
too much. This is way too much.
It's dripping off.
Okay.
I'm really scared.
Ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Nope. No! 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 Oh my god! Oh, cut the show! Oh my god! Okay.
We talked about this before, where we discussed engaging with your followers. So if someone leaves a comment back, please. And honestly, it's logging into each of those accounts, it adds up. But your audience notices whenever you engage back with them. You guys are so good at that. You're like beating me to the punch every time. PPI, boom, right there in the comment section. So I don't think you should ever leave your audience hanging, and that's a great way to foster community.
Sure.
So we really try to prioritize that, engaging back. And also when we see our suppliers or distributors that we follow commenting on a new product that they might have dropped or something like that. Or I love seeing them at trade shows. It is so fun to engage in person with them.
Yeah.
And and we always try to provide value in a way that is fun.
Back to just the content we're posting. We're making sure that we're posting the content people want to see. And I think that's a wrap. I can't feel my lips.
Do you think people wanted to see this?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Us spazzing out over hot sauce?
I'm
Hopefully
excited.
Someone finds some entertainment.
I'm excited to see the PPAI and Sage follower counts after this video to see if our pain has paid off.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we survived getting saucy with Sage. How y'all feeling?
This is my answer.
I mean, can we give a big shout out to Gabe, who came in at clutch? I mean,
if you take a look at our table here,
it is totally transformed.
we've deteriorated. I came into this very cocky. I said behind the scenes I was going to do better than the both of you by far.
You were saying that?
I was talking behind both of your backs.
You were trash talking us?
I was. I love to trash talk, and I'll just say I take it back.
And look at all that sauce left over on her wing.
Okay, let's not go there. I will say I'm happy that I got to do it with you guys. It
Yes,
was,
it was, but-
not something I think I'll repeat again, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
Next year, we should just tell someone else to do it. Mm-hmm. We should have a part 2. With
I
other
like
people.
it. Okay. We'll put that
think on it.
on the
Yeah.
content calendar.
Exactly.
Well, you made it through. Congratulations for making it through. Not only for making it through, but congratulations on cementing the #1 spot on the Online 18. You guys should be very proud of
you.
the work that you do in your team.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we call it, is there anything that you would like to say to the community, to the people?
Go follow, like all of our social media pages because we just burned our taste buds for you guys. So go like and subscribe for real. For real.
Yeah.
And PPAI.
Okay, so thank you for joining us for Getting Saucy with Sage, and we'll see you on the flip side.